Hello, myself Dr. K.W. Pawar from Department of Botany, रयत शिक्षण संस्थाज राव बहादुर नारायणराव बोरावकी कॉलेज, श्रीरामपुर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट अहमदनगर. Friends, today I am going to deal on the topic that is plasmolysis. Basically, the topic is from the plant physiology. There is a paper in first year BSc, Botany paper second, BO 122, Principles of Plant Science. In that there is the credit first, plant physiology and cell biology. From this particular topic, today we are going to see the plasmolysis. So, in previous video we had learned about the solution, types of solution. Okay, so these things are come in also this particular video, that is hypertonic or hypotonic solution. So the what is the concept of the particular plasmolysis? If the turgid plant cell placed in solution that has more amount of solute. The previous video, what is solution, what is solute, what is solvent, we had discussed, so that there is no necessity to discuss the particular what is solute, what is solution. So if the turgid plant cell placed in the solution that had more solute, or what we call it as the hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution. Okay. So place in the particular place in the solution, turgid cell place in solution, it exert a higher osmotic pressure. It exert the higher osmotic pressure and water will move out of the cell by the process what we called the osmosis. Okay, so turgid cell placed in the hypertonic solution, there is the water that comes out due to the process of the particular osmosis, or it exert the osmotic pressure and water is move out from the cell. This will cause, what is the reason? This will cause vacuole and protoplast to sink. If the water is move out from the cell, then it causes the particular vacuole and protoplast to shrink, resulting the plasma membrane to fold inward. If the vacuoles and protoplast shrink, then plasma membrane, the outermost membrane of the cell next to the cell wall, they shrink and fold in the innerward and move away from the cell wall. This is happen. This is called the particular plasmolysis. The cell is said to be the, when such a things is happen, then cell is said to be the plasmolysed cell. Okay, in plasmolysis, the plant cell, the space between the contracted protoplasm and the cell wall remain filled with the particular external solution. So this much thing is behind the particular plasmolysis. So on the basis of this, one can define the plasmolysis. What is the definition of plasmolysis? When such a type of phenomenon occur in case of the cell, the plasmolysis is the phenomenon of shrinkage of the particular protoplasm. Shrinkage of the particular protoplasm of the cell away from its cell wall, when cell is placed in the particular hypertonic solution. When these particular things happen, when cell is placed in the particular hypertonic solution. So I'll again repeat the phenomenon of, very simple definition here, the phenomenon of shrinkage of the protoplasm away from its cell wall when the cell is placed in the fully turgid cell placed in the hypertonic solution, what we call it as the particular plasmolysis. Then mechanism of the particular plasmolysis. What is the mechanism that are involved behind the particular plasmolysis? Okay, mechanism mechanism of plasmolysis. Okay, if a plasmolysed cell is placed in water, if a plasmolysed cell placed in water, the phenomenon of endosmosis takes place. Phenomenon of endosmosis takes place. Okay, but before what? If the plasmolysed cell placed in water, the phenomenon of what? Endosmosis takes place. But when? After the incipient plasmolysis. After the incipient plasmolysis or starting point of the plasmolysis. Water enter into the cell. Here water enter into the cell sap. The cell become turgid, and protoplasm become turgid, and protoplasm assumes its original shape, and then when water enter into the cell sap after the incipient plasmolysis, only after the incipient plasmolysis, water enter into the cell sap, the cell become turgid, cell become fully turgid, and protoplasm assumes its original shape, and such a phenomenon is called as the deplasmolysis. Deplasmolysis. Such a phenomenon is called as the deplasmolysis when after the incipient plasmolysis or starting point of plasmolysis, when water if a plasmolysed cell is placed in water, the phenomenon of endosmosis takes place. Then water enter into the cell, then the cell become turgid, and protoplasm assumes its original shape, or what we call protoplasm regain its original shape, and such a phenomenon is called as the particular deplasmolysis. Okay, then there are the stages of plasmolysis. As I told you, incipient plasmolysis. Okay, so there are these three stages of plasmolysis. First one is that incipient plasmolysis. Incipient plasmolysis. Then next one is that evident plasmolysis. Third thing is that final Okay, so these are the three stages of plasmolysis. First one is the evident plasmolysis. Second one is incipient plasmolysis. Second one is the evident plasmolysis, and third one is the particular final plasmolysis. We will see one by one. Before that, I draw the figure how the particular plasmolysis takes place. Here this is the particular normal cell. Here suppose this is the normal cell and this is the protoplasm of the particular cell. Then here I draw the again one cell. Okay, so here there is the particular you can see what are the difference between this particular cell. Okay. You can notice what is the different. Suppose this is cell A, this is cell B, then third cell, that is the C cell. Okay. Here this is the C cell. What you notice here, or what we observe here in case of the C cell, here and this one is the particular 4 cell. These cells are similar size. Okay. Okay, this is the plasmolysing solution. Plasmolysing solution. This is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. This is vacuole. Then this one is the nucleus. Okay, this is the tonoplast, and what is this? This is the cell wall. This figure C and this figure D. Okay, figure A is the turgid cell in water. Figure A is the turgid cell in water. Then figure B and D, or B, C and D, cell after immersion in a strong solution of sugar. Cell after immersion in a strong solution of sugar. Strong solution of sugar showing successive stage in plasmolysis. Solution of sugar showing successive stage of plasmolysis. Okay, means here there is the particular cell. There are the 4 type of cell here. You can see difference. First cell is that there is the turgid cell. Fully turgid cells are here. Then cell B, C and D. What it indicate? There is the cell after immersion in the strong solution. These 3 cells that are immersed in the strong solution showing the successive stages of the this one is the first stage, what we called incipient plasmolysis. Then here there is the particular second stage that I already told you. There is the incipient plasmolysis, then evident plasmolysis, and then there is the cell D, indicate that there is the particular final plasmolysis. In incipient plasmolysis, or what we called in the cell A, if a normal cell is kept in the hypertonic solution, there is a continuous movement of the water from the cell to the outside, and there is a extreme shrinkage of the plasma membrane, and this is called as the particular incipient plasmolysis. Then in case of evident plasmolysis, the cell under the evident plasmolysis has losses the water. Here you can see there is the loss of the water from cell, losses the water continuously, and shrinkage further in volume. You can see here there is a shrinkage of the plasma membrane. Here in figure C you can see again there is the shrinkage further in the particular volume. Both cell you can compare here. There is the further in volume, there is the shrinkage occur. The plasma membrane gets turned completely from the cell wall and goes continue the particular contracting. The plasma membrane turns completely from the cell wall. Here you can see, and from the cell wall and goes the contracting, and this is called as the particular evident plasmolysis. The phenomenon contracting of plasma membrane continuously called evident plasmolysis. And what about the final plasmolysis? The third step, that is what C step, what we call the final plasmolysis. In the this is the last stage of plasmolysis. You can see in figure D, last stage of plasmolysis due to the continuous. What is the reason behind this particular cell? Due to the continuous exosmosis is here. Continuous exosmosis, the shrinkage of the particular cell wall and cytoplasm reaches the maximum limit. Shrinkage of the cytoplasm and the particular cell shrinkage of the cell and the cytoplasm reaches the particular maximum limit. The further shrinkage in volume is not possible. Here there is the total shrinkage is there in case of the cell wall or what we call the cytoplasm, and further shrinkage in volume is not possible. That time the cytoplasm will be completely free from the cell wall. Here in case of this, the cytoplasm is completely free from the cell wall and remain in the center of the cell. Here you can see here the cytoplasm that are remain in the center of the particular cell and this particular phenomenon is called as the final plasmolysis, or what we call the cell which has undergo the plasmolysis is called as the plasmolysed cell. So how it is happened? Due to the particular continuous exosmosis is there, the shrinkage of the cell of the cytoplasm reaches in the particular maximum limit. So the further shrinkage of volume is not possible, and this the particular cytoplasm will be completely free from the cell wall and occupy the center position, and what we call it as the final plasmolysis. So these are the three stages of the plasmolysis. Then there is some significance of the plasmolysis. Some significance of plasmolysis. What are the significance of plasmolysis? or what are the significance of plasmolysis in plant life? What we call in plant life. Okay. First of all, it proves that cytoplasm act as a semi-permeable membrane between the external solution and the vacuole. Then another one thing is that it is evident only living cell only in living cell. It is evident only in the particular living cell. Hence the process is useful for deciding whether the cell is living or the non-living, or what we call dead cell. Non-living in the sense there is the dead cell. Then it is used for determining the particular approximate osmotic pressure. It is used for determining the particular approximate osmotic pressure of the cell by identifying incipient plasmolysis stage. Then another one significance of the particular plasmolysis is the rate of spontaneous deplasmolysis. Rate of spontaneous deplasmolysis is a measure of the permeability of the cell to the particular solute. Okay, and another one significance of the plasmolysis is of what? The process of deplasmolysis is useful to regain the original shape and size by the wilted plant organ. This particular process is useful the regain the original shape by the particular or by the wilted plant organ. So this is about the particular plasmolysis concept, mechanism and significance in the plant life. Okay, thank you.